Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn here, and I'm in a really cool place with Craig Dezen of Hilton. It's kind of like a little facility that they have to show people what the brands are all about. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to have you guys here. Thanks for joining us at the Hilton Brand Showcase.
Yeah, this is awesome. So what do I need to know? What do they need to know?
Well, with almost 24 brands, and to be 24 brands, there's a lot to talk about when talk about Hilton brands. Right. So our idea of this art gallery, which you're going to see behind us, is going to bring to life the art of the Hilton brand. We know that brands, there's a lot of science that goes into it, a lot of business goes into it, but there's a lot of art as well when you think about what's the guest experience like, what's the owner experience like.
Right.
So we wanted to create a gallery where we could have great conversation around what is the Hilton brand.
Awesome. Well, let's take a little tour.
Right, very good.
All right, I'm going to turn the camera around, guys, so you could all see what we're looking at. Oh, look at that. Waldorf Astoria.
Exactly. That's a classic. So this is kind of our luxury space here. We feature the iconic Waldorf Astoria, New York. We also have over here Conrad, which has a fantastic art program. If you ever stayed at the Conrad, you know one thing that
I have
is always a wonderful art story to tell.
I had a great, I've had several great experiences at the Conrad properties. Last Conrad I stayed at was at Resorts World. Fabulous.
I just stayed at Conrad Orlando, which is new to the scene and amazing.
Yeah, you know, as we're taping this, as we're recording this, I was in Orlando last week. Totally missed the Conrad. The guilt is overcoming me.
Let's go back.
You're right now. I will.
LXR, love this. This, of course, is our collection brand, the luxury side of the house. So we brought this to life with all the different locations you can now go with LXR, which continues to grow. That's exciting.
Oh,
peek coming soon. The Bobby Hat is telling us about in London, joining the Hilton family. We're excited about that.
Oh, that's really cool. I had no idea about that. You guys have a lot of ability to stand with that brand.
Gorgeous. You know, this is that luxury lifestyle. Niche that we wanted to fill. Incredible brand, incredible smart ownership there coming together with us now.
Yeah, I stayed in a particular place that I'm not going to mention right now, but it was really, really fabulous.
Tempo, where I think you've been staying, which is very retail, which is wonderful.
So this is relatively new brand for people to understand. Could you just describe it in your own words what the angle is? And
Tempo is an approachable lifestyle brand. If you think about great location, like a great city. Like here, it's like right in the heart of Nashville. Like they just opened in Louisville, my hometown, so I'm saying it correctly, in an area called Nulu. That's kind of a hot, great place to be. Incredible, views, incredible amenities, all with a really designed-forward aesthetic. And then things like Bluestone Lane, which is a great, it comes out Melbourne, Australia coffee scene. As the offering there for food and beverage. So it's a place where locals are going to come in and grab a coffee.
So yesterday, Kristen said it was breaking news about how good the coffee was.
It's very good.
Then I had it this morning, and I can confirm.
Absolutely.
And I'm spoiled when it comes to coffee. I have to have it the right way.
Sneak peek having for you lunch today with a new concept between Hilton and Bluestone Lane for
as a matter of fact, according to Kristen Aceta last night, this partnership, they're going to open hundreds of them over time around the world. And I asked him, I'm like, why would you make this commitment to this particular brand? And he was like, they really got it together. The training's incredible, and he kept talking about the coffee, even though he wasn't a coffee guy.
I am a coffee guy. Their coffe's great.
Yep. I had it this morning, like you said, and it was fantastic. So the big question is, am I allowed to have the avocado toast since I'm a Gen Z or not a millennial or, I'm Gen Xer.
Technically, I'm a boomer, and I eat avocado toast yesterday morning.
You can have technically or a boomer? What are you, like 20 minutes older than me?
I got 6 months in the boomer generation. I'm trying to forget.
All right. So also coming soon, not surprised that these guys got the wonderful Graduate Hotel brand. That brand, personally, for me, has really resonated with me.
That's great.
It really connects with me. I think they've done a great job. And my partner on a lot of the podcasts, Anthony Melchiori, has been saying one of the big guys is going to buy it. So no surprise when y'all came in and got it.
Fantastic brand. They have they're based here in Nashville. They have a beautiful property here. The Graduate Nashville is really a lot of fun. It goes beyond just the college scene to actually incorporate some of the country music. So it kind of shows the flexibility of the brand. But I'm excited. I'm like, can we get hey, I went to school in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Where's the WKU, Western Kentucky University graduate?
Right.
It was funny. I was talking to the team over there, and they're like, literally, they have alumni groups kind of agitating. How can we get a graduate for our school?
Oh yeah. I mean that's really the whole point. And when you build these hotels in these college markets, there's a real locked-in audience. And Graduate, which is created by AJ Capital, did a terrific job of really figuring out that audience. And the best part is when I stayed at the Providence property, I got myself a room key with David Byrne of the Talking Heads picture on it, which I love.
They're fun. They're so they're delightful. We love everything about it. It's a fan favorite. Our goal is to bring it in and keep everything with smell.
Well, it really kind of connects with what Hilton has been trying to achieve. I think in terms of the energy and the vibe that you're trying to connect to the customers, right?
Right.
So brands such as Tempo that we were just talking about here, for example, I think complement a brand like Graduate Real well. As I see you folks really trying to build that lifestyle portfolio out beyond like a Curio and
people want what people want, right? So you have like one of the things like why do you have so many brands? Yeah, because one travel may need a half a dozen different brands depending on their stay occasion.
Well, that's right. I mean, there are times where like we're doing this tour here. We're getting real brand immersion, and yesterday we spent some time at a True combined with Home 2. I've stayed in those before, because it's great when I'm traveling with my family. Specifically, there's one near one of my children's universities, right?
Yes.
But sometimes when I'm on my own for business, I'll stay at a Hampton. But a lot of times I stay at the Hilton mothership because that's where my event is, for example. So different needs, and I really feel accommodated. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And for those of you out there, ideally, this is what Hilton, some of their competitors are all trying to achieve, to capture you at all different parts of your stay pattern.
Look, we enter through Hilton Honors entryway there.
Yeah.
That we're ties it all together, right? You can earn the points. People may earn the points as a road warrior staying at a Hampton, and then guess what? They end up and they redeem those points at the Conrad Island.
Totally. Yeah, and I can see why. All right. So what else should we look at?
We've got a little curio here, curio case for curio. I can't pretend to tell you everything that's in here, but when we can, those represent specific curios because each one is a bespoke boutique hotel. And so you're going to see, weirdly enough, I do know the llama comes from a hotel in Dallas.
Nice.
I can tell you no more than that.
Well, hey, you know what? We break the news here on the No Vacancy podcast. Hey, if you need a llama, Dallas is your town.
Boy, and at the over here, we found this is like a little found object art here with the Canopy bike, which is part of the Canopy brand. Which they're in the neighborhood. You get out and you connect to the local scene. If you stay at Canopy, they always have a great breakfast, lunch for people. I stayed in one up in Portland, Maine, and I had like locals coming in, flooding the place for breakfast every morning because it was such a great breakfast. You know, the bikes, get out and see the town. That's the idea. Like, get out and see the place. Explore.
All right, so moving along, we got a motto over here, but let's go for this angle.
There we go.
So
what's good? The idea here is motto is modular.
Yep.
Right? So, I mean, you can put together the way you want to. The rooms all connect.
Right.
You know, this is an example of brand innovation, Glenn, because when we were thinking about motto, the idea was we could open up like up to 10 rooms and all be connected, right? You can see with it and good travel. Well, we took that idea that we created for motto, and that turned into Confront Connecting World, which was the first of the Great and Breakthrough. That's a big deal.
I saw the first one in New York, and when you first put out the brand, I was a little bit skeptical. I'm like, why? But then I saw it, and it like all really became clear.
Exactly.
To me.
Exactly.
It's one of those things, you all seem to find these white spaces, and you create these new brands, and I'm always like, huh? Right. And then I see it brought to life, and then the overall strategy seems to reveal itself.
Two things, right? It starts with a guest.
Yeah.
Is there a guest for this? A lot of guests. And the other thing is, our owners, we have such a smart owner community, and they're living it every day.
Yeah.
And they tell us, like, if you had this in a brand, I could feel that every day. Right. And you'll talk more. But the space we're right now, Live Smart Studio, a lot of owner input in that.
Yeah. I will do a separate video on the Live Smart stuff because it's such a new concept that's coming along. All right. So I just got to point out these globes over here that are spinning, which is pretty.
Don't know how they're doing.
I don't know either. I actually I was staring at this for a little while trying to figure it out. And I'm going to let all of you watching stare at this for a little while. How does this work? I don't know.
It's hypnotic.
I'm just a journalist.
It's hypnotic.
And it really is.
And over here, this siding here, our Mission Cookie. This is DoubleTree by Hilton. The exciting thing is just yesterday at the Smithsonian, they unveiled an exhibit with the DoubleTree cookie in it because it was the first food ever baked into space aboard the International Space Station a couple years ago, and it's finally made its way. It's on display at the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum.
That's one solid cookie over there to be lasting for that.
Well, it's still in its special pack.
Yes.
And it's in a sealed.
So did anyone eat any of those cookies up there?
Sadly, the astronauts were not allowed to eat them.
What? All right. My guess is, because if you eat the cookie and one little bit of cookie comes on,
Or exactly.
yeah.
Right. That's why they're baked in a special patch. It was really fascinating. It was real science ideas to make space more hospitable.
Right.
And long duration space flight.
Right.
More welcoming and hospitable. And frankly, the scientists for doing it loved DoubleTree. And they told us the first thing they wanted to bake in space was a DoubleTree cookie, so they came to us. It was fantastic.
Well, Hilton has been talking about opening up a space hotel since the 1960s, right? From the dawn of the space age.
Yes, and we're now working with a company called Voyager, started here, to help design kind of crew quarters for the next generation of the International Space Station.
That's going to be really interesting to see. I wonder if in our lifetimes we'll be able to like pop up and do that.
I guess, you can now if you got, several $100,000.
Listen, I'm just saying that's going to be a great press trip. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. I love this mural over here. It reminds me of those childhood things, how it kind of like changes depending on the angle that you're
part of
looking at.
I love Prairie. You talk about staying in a group.
Yep.
Where my mom, she was living in Shepherdsville, Kentucky.
Right.
That's where I would stay when I was with my mom.
Oh, cool.
Needed the space. It was the true there. I love it. Activated lobby. And every one of them has one of these great murals that brings the local scene in. And, it's a brand that's very prototypical.
Oh.
At the same time, the push to have there is local food and beverage in the snack bar at every signatory, a local storyline told through the mural, and they kind of make you feel like you're staying somewhere special. But it's also very reliable, and you know what you're going to get each time you stop along the way. But there's that local touch which it brings it to life.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so you got so many brands, but not necessarily all of them are represented here.
They are. Oh, they're all, believe me.
Well, there's the Hilton, the official Hilton Garden ice sculpture
Right
over there. We don't want to miss that.
A lovely array of they have a very elevated beverage program there. They're actually serving up some of the different cocktails. I just tried this delicious farmer. It's a non-alcoholic, which is a big, that's the big craze right now.
Well, I would argue it's not a craze. I would say it's a resetting of how people want to enjoy themselves out. And a lot of times people, they would have like a water or they'd feel embarrassed. But now you have these cocktails that look like they have alcohol. And it, even for me who does drink, I could space it out with mocktails in between.
This delicious. She just earned the cloves and gave this smoky effect. Very nice. Great taste.
Yeah, I like the cinnamon stick in there as well.
It's beautiful. So we got that. We have, of course, the classic Hampton.
Yeah, waffle, baby.
You can't. A pop art icon itself.
I mean, this sort of
flavors coming this year.
I could have pictured a waffle partnership with Andy Warhol back in the day or something.
Lemon poppy seed waffle coming this year. Yeah, the waffle. Right. Thin lemon, right? Lemon waffle coming this year, which is exciting.
Yeah. Hey. And Jen does a lot of stuff with Hampton. Say hello. So, hey, thanks for the tour this morning of Hampton. That was absolutely fantastic. So, we saw a really great Hampton Inn today that had more meeting space, really elevated kind of a concept over there. Very different than a lot of the Hamptons I've seen, which is really great because the location in downtown Nashville really warrants, I think, all of that extra kind of space, right?
It's a perfect example of the flexibility of the brand for the site and the owner. That it's really the right fit for.
Cool. Well, hopefully y'all heard that since she's not mic'd up, but we'll figure it out. Don't worry.
And I'll show you one of our final. Come over here. And people love this. Home 2 is one of our original pet-friendly brands. Yeah. Everyone loves our topiary. And I will tell you, yes, I travel sometimes with 3 dogs.
Do you?
Oh, yes. And there's nothing better than pulling in about Home 2 and knowing these people have it down pat. They know exactly how to take care of you.
Yeah.
So we love that. And finally, Embassy. This is our last of my brands, besides Live Smart.
All right.
This is something that kind of bringing the outdoors in, that greenery, and the Embassy is known for those atriums and all that. So, yeah, this is kind of it pulls it all together.
I'm surprised you didn't just staple a couple of omelets to the wall.
They do make a good omelet.
Seriously, that is, I think, to me, that is how I associate the brand, even more so than the manager's reception. Because I get tired of a lot of the breakfasts that are out there that are standard just because I'm picky. But the omelet itself just elevates the entire experience for me.
Well, it's right. It's really an omelet made for you.
Yeah, and also a little observation. Embassy Suites that we just came from downtown is the United States' largest Embassy Suites. 506 rooms, more meeting space than I could have believed. Massively high ceilings. we're 27 balcony rooms over there, which I absolutely loved.
That is a beautiful property.
My goodness.
In that location, you right looking out the. I mean, you can hear the concerts.
Yeah,
Right, you can hear the concerts.
that'd be
It's a great
phenomenal.
stay. This is such a live entertainment town.
Mm-hmm.
They do such a great business. There's a wonderful place to stay.
Well, listen, I am a huge fan of live music.
Yeah.
To me, that is what motivates me to travel personally.
This is the town for it.
Yeah, it sure is. Anything else, Craig?
I think you done it. You got welcome to the brands.
All right, so, hey, I hope you enjoyed this tour. Never did anything quite like this before, so hope you like it. Let us know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter. Text the word hotel to 66866. That's hotel to 66866. And please check out the all-new redesigned NoVacancyNews.com. Craig, got any shameless plugs you want to make?
Join Hilton Honors. Why would you not?
Right, seriously. And, for me, I can tell you, the bottle of water, pretty cool. All right, everybody, see you later.